Aries, and welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching. This is Tashina, the Wishing Moon, and I am so sorry, but I forgot to do Aries in this past series of videos. Actually, I thought I already did it, and I couldn't, for some reason, couldn't find it to upload it. So I don't think I did it. I think I may have skipped you guys for some reason. But here we go. My energy has shifted, and I brought out the moon, my moon necklace, to help give homage to the double full moons we get this January. I am really happy about it. I'm a Cancer, and really ruled by the moon. So the moon excites me, and it just passed in my sign. So yay! In my sun sign, at least. Anyway, I wanted to share with you guys these cards. They are the Tarot of Transformation, and they're absolutely beautiful. They are painted by Willow Arlenia and Jasmine Lee Corey. And it's a local woman in town, and it's just really, really, really good imagery, and she's just a lovely witchy woman. So anyway, figure I'd share. So I'm starting off with her cards, just pulling one or two, and you got Natural Intimacy, which is the Five of Cups. In her deck, it speaks about using your sexuality in a way that basically using your sexuality, okay, to get what you want. It either is using your sexuality in a way to get what you want in a negative way, or totally pulling yourself back in a way where you're so afraid of your sexuality that you kind of take yourself out of that whole game, you know. So it's really like about finding a natural balance in your intimacy and sexuality and the way you handle those things. So I want to really show you this card. It's just an amazing card, and hopefully, yeah, that's a good way to look at it right there. Just really amazing, and it has a devil in the background there, which, you know, devils always kind of signify some kind of sexuality going on. But it's a pan. It's Pan, and it's really, really cool. It's even got a deer in the background there, way in the back, and then look at the sun. So it's a fire energy too. It's like, it's a cup, you know, which is usually water energy, and there's some water there, but it's much more fiery and about sexuality than anything. So I know from knowing enough Aries that, yes, let's be honest, Aries does tend to use their intelligence, their knowing, their sexuality in a way to almost manipulate others. And it's even coming up in the cards. So what I'm doing this month, just so you know, is I am, there we go, I'm trying to get a little further back. I am doing a series of what can you do, what can you change, what can you improve on, what can you, you know, keep doing that's great to elevate or call in a soulmate. Like, what things for each sign can they do right now to call their soulmate in? And and for you, it's really about looking into your sexuality. So really doing some deep thinking, deep meditation on how you use your sexuality, and if you do use it, is there a balance? Is it are you a woman who uses your femininity to you know, intimidate men to get them to do what you want? Is it something like that? So there's a sense of codependency in whatever, you know, in your relationships in the past, especially. Definitely some codependency, some addictions, maybe sexual addiction, maybe addiction to a person. I'm going to pull some more cards. We're going to keep going, but we'll talk about it as we go. But some codependency going on in the past. That's what you come in January with. So really, the message is to trust. So if you're in a relationship, I want you to really think about how you use your sexuality and in how you relate to one another in a trusting way, like with sex, you know, with being intimate with your partner. Do you actually trust your partner? Are you like this woman where you can stand out, you can be naked in front of your partner? You can, you know, bare your soul, like unafraid to bare your soul. That's what this card feels like. So that's trust, of course. You need that trust to have that. If you don't have that trust, it's time to start building on it. This is feels very relationship-based reading. For singles, look at this. You got trust twice in here. I feel like actually it's flipped. Sorry about that. Detach from this codependency and double trust. It came out that way, but I just put it down accidentally that way. So, I mean, come on. You can't get more of a sign there. You got double trust. You're supposed to work on trust. In order to call in a soulmate, singles, in order to call in a soulmate, it's time to detach from this codependency, whatever addictions you're using, and it feels like it's a sexual addiction. It feels like it's some kind of manipulation with your sexuality. It's time to end that. Maybe it's time to really look at how you use your body. When it relates to relationships. All right, see, you guys end the month. You guys end the month so wonderful. I mean, it's just beautiful. You guys end the month with you deserve love, like showing that you are completely lovable. And daydreams and decisions. So, I mean, it almost seems like once you get this codependent sexual energy under control, like once you get that, you know, in a correct balance, and no one's telling you to be necessarily celibate or like, you know, not to be a sexual being. It's just that there's a sense of manipulation in what you're doing, using your body or some kind of sexual some kind of sexual energy to like manipulate people. And I mean, do you really want to continue that way? Do you want, I mean, this is the question, I guess, then. Do you really want a soulmate? Or, I mean, you could just have somebody to have sex with, just have a fling. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want a soulmate, if you're looking for it to elevate a soulmate relationship, then it's time to start looking at what these codependent pieces are that are keeping you stuck in this unnatural, you know, intimacy. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right. So, I mean, fantastic. Coming into the month, shows me that there was some part of this, of something in the past that had an addictive nature to it. Almost feels like you were stuck on somebody and you've actually started to detach at least, and release the burden. And that's part of what you needed to do. Like, that is going to get you to here where you are lovable, you deserve love, and you're starting to even think that there's a love out there for you. You started to daydream about it. You might even meet somebody towards the end of the month, or I'm guessing like closer to February, but at least you're working on this trust aspect, and that will bring somebody to you. You're working on trusting yourself, trusting that you don't have to manipulate. And then once that starts kicking in, you'll start feeling like you deserve love, like you are a lovable being. And maybe right now you don't feel like that. You feel kind of overburdened. And you might be even stuck in money right now, like where you feel like you're not making enough. I kind of feel like money is a issue right now. To be an earth sign that's part of this equation that you're with. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. If it is a earth sign, it's a immature earth sign. It's not a stable energy earth sign. It's more of a stubborn you're gonna make some major decisions. Oh yes, decisions. Oh my gosh, your reading is so succinct. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull just a few more. This is it. But I'm gonna read towards the end about this natural intimacy from the book, because it's a new deck and someone just lent it to me actually, and I just love them, and I think the messages are really on point for everyone. Even if the rest of my reading doesn't resonate with you, just listen to what I'm saying about this natural intimacy towards the end, and hopefully that alone will be enough for you. Okay, so we'll pull a few more and just make sure what the energy is. Like these are kind of like the lower vibrational energies, we kind of go from high to low, and hopefully you understand what that means. It just means that those are the kind of major energies going on for the month, and then we get so towards the bottom, not all of these are going to hit everybody, so when you get at the top, we're talking, that's kind of a broad reach, you know what I mean? So it will probably hit just about everybody in the sign. But as you move further down, it's, less and less. Someone asked me actually to shuffle the cards on the camera, on screen. So, and I don't care if I shuffle them on screen or not, to be honest. I just shuffle them wherever it is comfortable for me, and I just get the call, the cards just kind of jump out. That's what I take, jumpers, so it just works for me. So let's see. So this detachment, this end of codependency. Oh, there you go. There's the rest of your cards. Okay. I was asking for 3 too. That's really funny. So, oh yeah, you got the Page of Pentacles on the Page of Pentacles, okay? So definitely an earth sign going on here. Oh, there's a death card in there too. Ooh, some kind of something karmic. Okay, this isn't going to hit everybody. Like I said, towards the end, it's not going to be as general. It's going to be definitely more specific to less people. So, coming into the month, we're talking about ending in codependency, letting go of the burdens, and doing some work on your intimacy, okay? Um, that could be related to a, I feel like it's related to Earth sign still over there, but it looks like there was maybe a start, and it could have been somebody you met new in the beginning of the month. So let's say singles we're talking about, someone you met newly, and you realize very quickly that it was not going to work. Like it was like a bad relationship match for you, okay? Because they brought up a lot of things. They made they like they were in the same cycle that you have been in, you know? So it's like they brought up some old stuff that you didn't want to revisit, okay? You were starting to even like use your body, use your sexuality in a negative way. That's what it kind of feels like to me. Um and it was certainly very non-traditional in a sense. Like maybe you know, what you've always wanted or what you've always expected in relationships is, you know, the typical marriage with the 2.5 kids and the white picket fence, you know. But this relationship was not like that. Like it was like a really, maybe even like a sexual, just a sex buddy, or just like kind of this, you know, you guys party together kind of thing. And so it's just very non-traditional, whatever that means for you, just really non-traditional, and it wasn't working. You could be ending it now, in the currently, or just have ended it. So singles, that kind of feels like a singles vibe. If it's couples, um, it could have been a lack of money, or a lack of like this new start with money that is causing you this this feeling of, you know, going back to addictions in some sense. I don't, you know, I'm not really sure how sexuality plays into that, but I'm going to kind of go with this line with the natural intimacy portion of it. Something about an earth sign. There's definitely an earth sign in here. Um, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, definitely, like without a doubt. Some earth sign, and it could be in currently. It's kind of like in the first week to 10 days of the month. We're talking about this earth sign who, I feel like they're kind of wishy-washy. Like one day they're telling you they want to be with you. One day they're telling you that they don't want any commitments. They kind of seem a little immature, and maybe even a little stubborn, and kind of like, I don't know, like a little kid almost. Not a little kid, but you know, like just like just wishy-washy. That's what it feels like. It feels like the energy is just like not stable, and yeah, and they could have promised you even like some kind of monetary gain, and it never came through. Um, this looks like it's a karmic cycle because you're not trusting that you are like a sexual being. Like it feels like you have some lack of trust in in like being able to be sexual with anybody. And or there's some like unbalance in that, where like maybe you want to have sex all the time with this person, and there's just like this lack of trust between you, and it's this karmic cycle. So it's something from the past that you're not letting die. There's a cycle that you're not letting die with the lack of trust. Okay, so the advice is to definitely trust like your sexual being, like who you are as a sexual being, like to trust that you don't have to use your body in any way like that, and trust that you deserve love, by the way, you know, because you do. um, so let the karmic cycle end with this earth sign. That doesn't mean that they, you know, that'll be over. You can choose to end it. It's your choice here at the end of the month. It's your choice to have this happy home or continue this sneaky crap. Okay? There's your choices right here. You make the choice. You actually do. With this Two of Swords flipped, it's not no longer this like, you come into the end of the month with this, like you're feeling like, wow, I worked on my trust issues. I worked on my sexuality issues. I worked on this karmic cycle that needs to be ending. I worked on detaching myself from this nonsense over here, this codependency. And end of the month, you're feeling like this, like you're about to hit the arrow, you're about to hit the bullseye. You are lovable. And then you even like branch out so much as to start to daydream. Like you're even like thinking like, you know, you're almost thinking like, could could I really have somebody? Like, you know what I mean? That kind of feeling like, and before you even start thinking that, so this is like imagination and fantasies, and so it does feel like a bit of confusion. This is Seven of Cups card, so it could signify a bit of confusion, and I think maybe that's why you need this. You need a time out to take a look at all the choices that you have and do some daydreaming, do some fantasizing of what you want. Don't stay in that fantasy land too long, okay? Because soon as you know it, like towards the end of the month, you've got a decision to make. So, like I said, decision is between happy home, someone waiting for you to come home, or this is sneaky, manipulative, back to this stuff. So maybe it's between two people. Maybe it's between ending a cycle. That's what it feels like to me. I'm going to read a little bit from this natural intimacy book, and then we're going to close it out. Okay, and this one is Five of Cups. There we go. Okay. I mean, they're really, really long actually, but I'm just going to read a couple passages, okay? All right. We call this card natural intimacy because of its sense of comfortable sexuality and the ease with which various energies circulate. The woman in this image is unself-conscious, naked, and in natural intimacy with the world around her. There's a great deal of power in being desired, and those using the seductive strategy capitalize on that. When we manipulate others' desires, we are not really honoring them, but rather using them. This card invites you to learn more about how you navigate these waters. If you often sexualize your connections, consider a period of celibacy or refraining from seductive behavior to find out what this strategy is hiding. Consider how you feel about your desirability. Separate from the sexual value others assign to you. Are you being seductive in order to have sexual contact, or do you want something else? If you engage in the seductive strategy, try not to judge yourself, but rather to hold yourself compassionately. The root of this strategy is often a lack of self-love. Perhaps you go to the other extreme and cover up your sexual attractiveness, diminishing your contact with your own natural sexuality. This may be the result of sexual harassment or violation, early conditioning, or simply being disconnected from your body. You must be physically and psychologically comfortable enough to express yourself honestly if you are to achieve natural intimacy. So, I mean, I feel like that goes along very well with the trust cards, that you need to trust yourself, trust the others that you're intimate with. That's your work. That's the thing that you need to work on to elevate your relationship, to bring in a soulmate relationship. There's an earth sign around here for whomever, and they may be part of the problem or part of the solution. So, and they might come in and out. So I don't know. Look out for that guy, because there might be something interesting in that dynamic. All right. Have a great January. Wish you the best. And if you want to get in contact with me, I'm at thewishingmoon.com. Thank you guys. Bye.